Welcome to the introductory video of Redneck Entrepreneur. I'm Redneck Chit. I'm coming to you from the Bloody Tailgate production studio here in Cisco, Texas. The main goal for the Redneck Nation Network and Redneck Nation Television, Redneck Entrepreneur, and Redneck Chit is the preservation and propagation of the Redneck Nation. We need to preserve our way of life, and we need to propagate. God said to be fruitful and multiply. So go out there and make a bunch of them little rednecks that'll grow up and be prosperous in this country. I'm sitting back this morning listening to the Little Moccasin Creek. It's my cup of coffee in the morning. You know, these boys talk about, I want my old America back. They talk about Redneck Nation. They talk about life in general and what it really is. And before we get into this, I wanted to let you know that Redneck Nation, Redneck Entrepreneur, is R-rated. R for redneck. R for righteous. R for rowdy. We need to get our old America back. They talk about God, freedom, family, the Constitution, and our amendments that keep us free. This country was founded on one God and one God only. When our forefathers give us the right to freedom of religion, it was to be a Baptist, a Methodist, a Presbyterian, a Jew, not a Muslim or a Buddhist. It was one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all of its citizens. But it was under one God. We'll get into that later. There'll be a lot of videos on here, and there's going to be a lot of hubs and a lot of different channels, like YouCan'tTakeMyGuns.com, which the Redneck Entrepreneur hopes to turn into the #1 media resource for gun owners. We're working on some really awesome t-shirt designs. We're not very good at editing film and doing all that kind of jazz, so this is just rough cut here, you know. Here's the first design that I ever come up with. It's America's most precious metals, lead, copper, and brass. They're always trying to sell us gold and silver on TV, but these are our most precious metals. This particular design right here has a Confederate flag on it, and if you can read there at the bottom, it says, if you think this flag is prejudiced, then you need a history lesson. And that's one of the messages that Moccasin Creek is getting out there. Chevrolet might be the heartbeat of America, but this group of young men right here is the pulse of the Redneck Nation. And when you discover the lyrics of their music, I know I'm going way off chart and bragging on them a lot, but Jimi Hendrix was misunderstood because of the message he tried to send out in his music. And people listened to it, but they couldn't hear him. It was after he died that they actually heard what Jimi Hendrix had to say. Half Cherokee, half black man that's in the Cherokee Hall of Fame. He was an awesome artist, and so is Moccasin Creek. Here's our second design with the Confederate flag. And that is our most precious metals. I threw this at you first this morning because I believe in God, family, freedom, and the Second Amendment. And I choose to die for all the above. That's the reason you have this. If you feel the same way, you can wear this on your t-shirt and proudly display and let them know, the socialists, at youcan'ttakeMyguns.com. And for those who don't want to wear the Confederate flag, I made this for you. And I believe by popular demand that this is everyone's favorite. I can't wait to get these out there so everybody can wear them. It's going to have Redneck Chit on the front, and You Can't Take My Guns on the back. We're probably going to cover the shirt in chit, because you can put chit all over everything. I am Redneck Chit, and if you think you know rednecks, you don't know chit. But the devil himself is trying to take our guns away from us. The Prime Minister of China said he would never invade U.S. soil because the citizens were armed. We've got the right to protect what we own. We've got the right to protect our freedom. I'm the Redneck Entrepreneur. I'm nothing but the spokesperson and the promoter of this company. It's owned by Redneck Chit. Redneck Nation Network, Redneck Nation Television, Redneck Entrepreneur, YouCan'tTakeMyGuns.com, Overall Wildlife Nutrition are all Redneck Chit companies. You'll be introduced to the owner of Redneck Chit someday. He had the balls to stand behind me and back me, like a few other people. This is Redneck Chit, the Bloody Tailgate Studios, Redneck Nation Network, supporting the Redneck Nation Radio, Redneck Nation Clothing Company, which we have nothing to do with, but they're our kin. You see, we don't have to be blood related to be kin, because we're all rednecks, under one nation, under one God, indivisible, by liberty, justice, and America's most precious metals, lead, copper, and brass. Thank you for checking out my first introductory video of Redneck Entrepreneur. I hope it wasn't too long, and I hope you'll be watching our different YouTube channels that I bring up, because it's going to be about Jackie and me, my cousin Jackie, a lot of it, and we like to get off in the woods, and you need to tune in and check back with us so you can watch Jackie and me off hunting. There's just a little sample of Redneck Chit right there, a redneck cartoon that shows our lifestyle. I got a lot to tell you. I got a lot to show you. I love everybody in the nation, and thank you for supporting us here at Redneck Nation Network, Redneck Nation Television, Redneck Entrepreneur, and Bloody Tailgate Productions. Be sure and listen to Moccasin Creek. I'm kind of like Ricky Bobby. If you don't like Big Red, then beep you. If you don't like Moccasin Creek, then bleep you also. Y'all be cool out there in the nation. It's all good in the woods. See you soon. Redneck Chit out.